So here's my story. I was diagnosed with Friedreich's ataxia, FA, at the age of 15. I was diagnosed by a neurologist at Paul Hospital on the 11th of September 2002. I went into the room, sat down, I was with my mum, and the doctor said that the blood tests have come back and they now know what's wrong with me. He said, "You've got Friedreich's ataxia." So I was like, okay, just that time, because I didn't know nothing about it. He then continued talking like in the doctor terms like they do, with all big fancy words and the rest of it. So I stopped him and I said, "Can you explain it to me in a way that I'd be able to understand it better?" And then he looked at me and said, "I won't lie to you, but by the time you're 18, you're going to be in a wheelchair." And at that time, I just crumbled. The news was like a big hit to a 15-year-old kid at the time. It would be, and I just remember I started crying. I just got up and I walked out. I then got into the car and my mum come over, gave the old talk of, "Don't worry, everything's going to be fine," that one, but I was having none of it at the time. Basically, the way I was feeling, my life ended that day. So, I didn't really know what to do. I basically gave up on life. I gave up on school because I didn't think when I got older I wouldn't be able to do anything and so on. So yeah, I didn't actually go into a wheelchair full time until I was 19. I held on for that extra year just to prove to the doctors that I could do it. Kind of. I thought, yeah, screw you, I went into it at 19. But thinking back on it now, I should have gone into a wheelchair at 18 or sooner, because that last year for me holding on was terrible. I was falling over a lot, cut knees, twisted ankles, the rest of it. I shouldn't have been doing it, but I wanted to. And so yeah, going back to the first few years of having FA was a big struggle. I became depressed with it. I never told anyone how I was feeling. I never told anyone anything about it. I just kind of thought that if I told people, they would think I was a freak, an outcast, a weirdo, the rest of it. It's silly at the time now, thinking back on it, because it was just my own insecurities of what people thought of me. But I had this thing in my head that they wouldn't want to know me. They'd think, "Oh, there's something wrong with him," or something like that. I don't really know why I thought that, but I just did. Like I said, it was my own insecurities at the time. But yeah, it was very difficult. As I got older, obviously, I started getting a bit maturer, and I was reading through the Ataxia UK magazine one month, because my mum subscribes to it, and they do a magazine once a month, I think it is, or it might be a few months, I'm not too sure. But yeah, one day I started reading through it, and I was reading this guy's story, and he, at the end of it, he just said, he was like, "You've got FA, but that's not the end of your life, there's life with FA." So for me, reading this article of this man's story, it spoke volumes to me. I just really connected with it, and I was like, this is how I want to be, this is what I want to be like about FA. And then so literally after reading that, I started telling people, and they wasn't too bothered about it. They had their questions, which I was quite happily enough to answer. And basically from there on out, I've just been taking every step as it comes. But now I'm 24, and I'm totally fine with that. I mean, I can speak to anyone clearly about it nowadays. Hence, that's why I'm sat here right now telling the world my story. So yeah, like I said, I'm totally fine with it explaining nowadays. But going back to those first few years, it was a big struggle, but hopefully that's past it all right now. So yeah, right now I will show off my tattoo to you and explain the story behind it. So this is that, if you can see it right. Oh, let me try and spin my arm around. There we go. And then it travels the whole way down my arm. So hopefully you got to see a bit of that. Oh, I'm not very good at all this. This webcam's going a bit crazy on me. There we go. We're back. Right. So yeah. Explain my tattoo. At the top of it, I've got a phoenix. What the phoenix is well, supposedly it was real. It's like a mythological creature. But what the phoenix could do was it could self-combust into flames, and then out of the ashes it would rebirth itself, like a new phoenix would be born out of the ashes. So the reason hence of why I had that tattooed on my body is I felt like, to me, my old life was ending and then my new life was beginning, hence of the way that I used to be, of so-called walking, if you want to call it that, to going into my wheelchair and now becoming into my new life. And then it goes down into my arm. At the bottom I've got the word family right across my arm, which without my family I would not be here, because they've supported me the whole way through. They've been there for me through ups and downs and hard times and the rest of it. So, and then I also have a cherry blossom for each close member of my family, which is my mum, my sister, my brother, my nan and my granddad. So I've got 5 of them. So it's kind of one of those things of wearing your heart on your sleeve kind of thing, but then it's also entwined with things to do with myself. So that's why I've got that on there. I like it. Most people tend to... Well, I remember when I first saw my nan, the whole reason behind I had it done, she started tearing up, and most people do, but I just had it there, like I said, because I wanted to get it done, and it's got meaning to me, and it's got a nice story behind it. So, getting back to the story, yeah, I don't really know what more to say, but I could go way more into it, but you probably don't want to hear any of that. But what I want to try and get into of having FA is I want to get into mentoring, so I can, through my experiences, I can help pass on to someone else that's kind of struggling with it, I guess, like through their early diagnosis, like early being diagnosed with it. That's what I want to try and help people with FA to where I've been to where I am now. I don't want to tell people how to live their lives and the rest of it, because that's entirely up to the person. But I just want to sort of try and help them out as much as I can, I guess. I have got my own group set up on Facebook for FA members called FA Together, and I've got about 95 members in there now, I think it is, from all over the world. And even though we all have this condition and we have similar symptoms and stuff in common, but each person is unique with FA, and they're totally different in their own unique way, I guess. But yeah, that just shows how everyone's totally different in the world. Anyway, I do like what I'm doing nowadays. So I'm hoping to get further into it, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so talking future stuff with my condition, I don't technically know what it holds. I don't know if things will get worse. Well, I assume they probably will. Things will get harder. But I don't know. We will tackle that bridge when I come to it. But yeah, with having FA, there's questions of operations involved and all stuff like that. Quite a lot of people with FA have the spinal rod operation, where they put metal spines onto metal rods. Either side of your spine, because of the scoliosis, which is the curvature of the spine. I do have it, but I got told that my curves hit their peak, and I didn't have to have the operation at the time, but you never know, future on I might need to have it. I don't honestly know. I don't know if my curves will increase or whether they stay the way that they are, so. But again, that's another thing, we'll cross that one when I come to it. That's the way I usually generally live my life at the moment. I don't make future plans because, like I said, I don't know what my life will bring or what it holds. So generally at the moment I just live day-to-day basis, and I plan a little ahead, but I don't try and make a 5-year or a 10-year plan like some people tend to do. So, but I am looking at an operation in the summer to have my Achilles tendon stretched in my leg, and to have my feet fused into an upwards position, because in the thing of having FA, they refer to this thing as a Friedreich's foot, which if I won't show my feet because I don't like to. But if you can imagine a woman in a pair of high heels, right, say this, my foot right here, it's sort of in that position. There's a dip in the middle, and it sort of bends at the front. It's a bit horrible looking. There are people out there that have worse feet than me with having FA. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking to, I'm not looking, I am having it now. It's all booked in to have an operation in the summer to correct those, and hopefully it works. And I will try and do my best to record footage of that so you guys can see it. And yeah, we'd try and do that. As I said, now at the moment I'm just generally loving my life. It's last October I got to do a skydive to raise funds and awareness for ataxia, and that was amazing. Proper, really, really, really good day out to do that, and to do the actual jump itself was so surreal and mind blowing and the rest of it. I kind of felt like a big bowl of jelly when I landed back on the floor. It was really, really, really mad. If I ever got the chance to do another one, I would be there in a hurry, in a heartbeat, even, because I enjoyed it that much. So yeah, as for my life right now, I don't know what it's gonna hold. I don't know what it will bring, but I do. I thank FA in a kind of way, because if I wasn't going through this right now, I would not be the person I am today right now. So, in a strange matter of events, I am glad that I am going through it, because it has shaped me to become the person that I am today. So, yeah, I will end it right there. So, thank you if you've been watching, and see you soon. Bye.